Hey there, it's Rachel. So I'm here with little Spooky Duke. Spooky is a super cute American bully. He's a pocket variety, and honestly, he's 4 months old. He's really small. I think he's like, when I weighed him, he's like 20 pounds. But I actually like the fact that he's so small because I prefer smaller dogs. Hey, you baby boy. And I prefer to put smaller males to bigger females, so as to minimize the chances of size-related birth difficulties. So, put it into perspective, that Corso that just walked by him is, gosh, I think he's maybe 9 or 10 weeks old right now. His name's Preacher Jr. So Spooky has been in with my keeper Corso puppies. And so he's a bit large because all my puppies are free fed when they're small, and then when they get bigger, I will start to hold back food. Typically, when they reach like 40 pounds is whenever I... Wait up, sweet boy. Yes, you are so sweet. Whenever I decide to take it back, I just do, everybody gets their own individual bowl. There's Preacher trying to dominate. He has to let everybody know that he's in charge. And Spooky Duke is actually, he's really not a dominant dog. He has no desire to be. And so, he just puts up with it. Most of my bullies do. I have these pocket bullies. They're not like the other ones. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the other ones. I'm just saying that they don't have, in my experience, as much drive to be super dominant and to fight. They're typically just happier, kind of clown kind of dogs. Like they're very happy in their nature, and when they do get into it, it's typically just a lot of noise. It's like, rah, rah, rah. It's like that, you know what I mean? You're funny, but did I get you excited? Did I get you excited? Yes, I did, Spooky Duke. Yes, I did, Spooky Duke. So Preacher thinks he owns me. So he quit, Preacher. So he be trying to get onto anybody who thinks that they're going to interact with me in a positive way. Preacher. He also doesn't like him. Hold on, I gotta minimize out. I think he also doesn't like him jumping on me. Having to train Preacher at the same time. And Spooky is just ignoring him. Call him a little Spooky Duke. Little Spooky Duke. Hey, Spooky man. See what I mean? Hey, shh, quit. He's so friendly and happy. He's a sweet man. He don't want no drama. Shh. I said quit. You leave him alone. Ah. Yeah, Spooky Duke is awesome. Super cool. Super wide. He's got, he's fat right now. I'm not gonna pretend. But I just think that he's really awesome. I love him a lot. Still waiting on his paperwork, but hoping it comes through. So I think it's gonna be fine. It's just there's been a lot of delays, unfortunately. Preacher, be nice. Quit being disrespectful. Preacher. Psst. Preacher. Look at him. Preacher is literally the one. He's the problem. Good boy, Gabriel. Good boy, Gabriel. Are you getting onto him? Are you letting him know? Are you? Yes, you are, sweet boy. You're letting him know. Yes, you are. Boo, boo, boo. He's so disrespectful. Preacher's so disrespectful. He's got a long way to go. He'll calm down. He's just so young. That's the thing about these dogs is like you do have to get onto them. Don't make any mistake, and I have been. But simultaneously, some of it has to be ignored. In the same way that like Spooky is ignoring it, like there's a way of correcting and disciplining and communicating without shutting down and like hurting the like self-esteem of the animal, if that makes sense. So there's like, you gotta have a balance. Hey. So now I'm gonna get onto him because really what he's doing is just harassing him and not like, he thinks he's not being so obvious because he's staying low, but I can see it. And so I'm gonna get onto him. Quit. Good girl, Nirvana. You watch him. Right here. Nirvana. Nirvana. Come here. Right here. You watch that puppy. You get that puppy. You get that puppy. You good boy, Memphis. You get him. You good boy, Memphis. You get him. You get him. You teach him. Good boy, Memphis. Good boy. You teach him a lesson. Oh, and look at Spooky trying to be a peacemaker. Look at that. Look at him. Look in his face. He's like, no. Leave him alone. That's so cute. That's so sweet. Look at him. That's so sweet. What a good boy. What a good boy, Spookers. Spookers, you're a good man. You're a good fat man. Yeah, I had to take him out of there because I was like, he's getting too fat. I just have not been in a position... Like, because I've had Preacher Jr. here, I've really been having to have him. It's really super hard to potty train two really small dogs. Now, I will tell you that he's 4 months old. Like, he should be at a point where I could, but he was just so small that, hey, rude, very rude. Do not run into me. He was just so small that potty training him was just not an option. And I was raising Gabriel and Memphis, trying to potty train them. Boys, over here. Gabriel, come here. Good boy. Good girl, Duchess. The fawn girl is Duchess. Spooky. Good man. Good man. Yes, you are. You're a good man. But anyway, potty training all of them was just really not an option at the time. And so... I had to go with the, like, Corso really need, Gabriel, come now, Gabriel. I know there's probably something over there, but we don't want none to, no, come on, now, Gabriel. Good boy. We don't want none to do with anything that's out there, okay? I want to be very clear on that. I don't care what it is, we'll leave it alone. Thank you, sir. So anyway, he's finally getting old enough to where I feel like I have a chance at potty training him. Although I will say these dogs have been much harder to potty train than the Corso. But working on it. So I really like Spooky though. I want him to be like an inside, like more like a pet. You know what I mean? I think he can, but just got to get him past that point. Because my rule is, if you want to be out in the house, you have to be potty trained. That's just what it is. I will do it. I will potty train you as a puppy. But I typically don't bring my Corsos in until they're usually between 3 and 4 months old. That's whenever I will start working with them, because I'm so busy that I do not have the ability to sit and watch an 8-week-old puppy Now I did it with Preacher, but I just, it's, you know, I don't have any young puppies that you know what I mean? Things are quieter now. So like I have that ability to do that, but typically I don't. Typically I'm working, I'm not home, like things like that. I don't really have the ability. Yeah, typically I don't really have the time to be watching them in that way. Almost thought somebody was pulling up my driveway. I was like, uh-oh. Did you get in trouble, young lady? Poor Duchess. Did you get in trouble? Did you get in trouble? Memphis man. He's a Memphis man. I had him in the kennel. He's been spending a lot of time with Gabriel, but they were in a kennel together, and I guess they had a little bit of an argument, and Memphis got some little marks on his face, but he gonna be all right. It wasn't anything serious. It didn't even break the skin, but now now they're old enough now that we're like, all right, well, we'll kennel them separately. Sometimes when they're really young, you can get away with it, and they even like it. It helps to kind of minimize the amount of noise that they make, separation anxiety, things like that, you know, when they're not alone. But then the boys, sisters, you can usually get away with it a little bit longer. Even a sister and a brother. And I actually like to pair dogs up in kennels and things like that because they, it's just more socialization for them. You know what I mean? That was back whenever we had these outside kennels. And I am going to be building an outdoor system soon. Not one that they'll stay in permanently. It'll only be like during the daytime, or like if I go on vacation, something like that. Hey, y'all be gentle around him. He just got stepped on. Shh, be gentle. Watch yourself. And you watch yourself around that baby. Spookers. Spooky boy. Spooky. Spooky. He's looking for water, guarantee it. Spooky. Come here. What are you doing? You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of back in Texas. They have these cattle, and they are like white-faced cat. They're black, but they have white faces, and they usually have spots. And they almost look like skull heads, like cow skull heads. That's what it reminds me. That's why I named him Spooky, because he's like a Halloween dog. Hey, don't you dare run into me. I had to watch these two. First of all, you will give me 50 feet. Get back. Shh. Oh, you're not scared of me, punk? You're not scared of me, punk? Get your butt. I'm gonna get you. Move your feet, boy. I will move those feet. Look at him. Look at his ear all messed up. Oh, you're fine. No one's mad at you. You're fine, sweet child. Sweet child. You're so sweet. Dude, I know you're sweet too, but you were also bad and you didn't listen. Put that ear right. Quit doing that or I'm going to have to tape it again. Spooky Duke! What do you have? Spookers. What do you got? Good boy, Spooky. Good boy, Spooky. Oh, Preacher, you're such a jerk. Good Lord. I'm sorry, honey. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. No. Quit being a punk. No. Preacher's such a jerk. And it'll surprise no one to hear me say that that's exactly how young Preacher original was. My OG Preacher was always, I've got video of him and I'm putting it up on my Patreon, but the problem is that I realized that there's no way for me to download the videos. So I'm going to have to basically I've been having to figure out a way of getting them. Like, I have access to them, but I don't have the ability to download them. And so anyway, that's all I have to do. All I have to do is just figure that out. I've already done one, so like I know how to do it now. But anyway, it's just a timing thing. Like, I'm gonna have to sit and basically like re-record all of my videos. So it's fine, but anyway, but I have video of Preacher like grabbing the leash of my old dog Terrible and like leading him around the property. Like, he was a very proud guy from a very early age. But Gabriel ain't no punk either, though, is what I'll say. He's really sweet with me, but he ain't no punk. Spookers! See, Spooky's just having fun right now, so I'm going to leave them be. This is just fun time. He's like, I'm fat and I can't get up. Oh, Spooky. Good boy, Spooky. You get him. You get him, Spooky. You get him, Spooky. Don't you let him get you. Oh, don't you let him get you. Don't you jump on me, punk. Don't you jump on me, punk. Yeah, you're sweet, but not that sweet. Boop, boop, boop. Got your nose. Spooky is a fat man. Fat man. No, Nirvana, don't be in my face. I love you, but don't be in my face. He's just gonna rip up the grass. No, get off me, Memphis. Go away. Ah, Spooky! What you doing? What you doing? What are you doing, Spookers? Always got the zoomers. Nirvana, you be gentle with him. He's a baby. She didn't know what to do with him. She's like, that kind of energy is not safe here. Corso don't like high, hectic energy because ultimately it will lead to fighting. It leads like that too high of excitement. So what they're all just kind of like, no, stop it. Whatever it is that you're doing, stop it now. That's not how we play. We wrestle. We don't run around like crazy. That's funny. Look at her. She's so concerned. Look at her. She's like, I don't know what to do with it, but it's not acting properly. Oh, look. Yeah, he got onto him. See, I'm telling you, they don't like that hectic high energy, and they will correct it. And really, it's not good. Even for the breeds that exhibit it, it can be problematic. Oh, he's getting beat up. Hey, be gentle. Poor Preacher. You're all right, baby boy. It's okay. I got you. Be gentle. You be gentle, Nirvana. She's like, I'm gonna get him. And I'm not gonna lie, he deserves it to some degree, but I can't let them hurt him. And not that they would mean to, it would most likely be an accident, but still, it's okay, baby boy. It's okay, Preacher man. You're all right. I got him. I got him. I didn't let him get you, baby boy. I didn't let him get you, baby boy. Do I spoil him? Slightly, but it's okay. Because as you guys know, I will always get on to them. I will always teach them what it is. But I am the ultimate alpha around these parts. So if I think it's too rough, it's too rough. Look at him. He's literally like, she's trying to dominate him, and he's like, get up my face. And that's the thing, is you can do what you want to him, but he's still gonna be who he is. You know what I mean? There's no getting around that. He's still gonna be who he is. Nice calm energy. Much better. My beautiful Nirvana. sitting there shining all gold, like just spun gold. The light shining on her. Beautiful baby girl. Spooky. Yay, man. What's up, fathead? Hey, fathead man. Fathead, yes. I like that. So Preacher wanted to snap at him, but he didn't. He could see her in the, see, she was ready to dominate him. And that's why he came over and wanted to bite her face, because he's like, man, get out my business. Quit watching me. That's good. So I think what basically is going on is that my dogs are seeing that I'm correcting Preacher whenever he was trying to get onto Spooky. So then they started to help me out, but took it a little bit too far. I had to get onto them, but they're still doing their job. They're still monitoring and making sure that he doesn't overexert himself in his position. He's like, man, quit trying to play with me. Leave me alone. See, and his whole thing is that ultimately he just can't wait till he gets big. That's all that is. Because you're, like I said, you're not going to change who he is. Spooky, what you doing? Psst, Spooky. Oh, what are you going to poop? Spooky. No. Don't you go chew on that leash. I saw you earlier. Hold on. Let's watch this over here. I think he's going to, but I'll get on to him when he does. Spooky! Back over here. No. Spooky. Yeah, I got to get to him. Hold on a second. He's getting on this leash. That's right. You better get your butt over here right now. Mm-hmm. It's hard to believe that he's 4 months old. He's so tiny. I've had the biggest pups I ever had leave. It was Zlatan and his that blue boy that was his brother, which is Switch, breeding out of Switch and Grimm. And I had 2 of them that were like 25 pounds at 9 weeks old. And that's just huge. And Zlatan ended up being like 107 pounds at 7 weeks old. Or 7 weeks. 7 months old, sorry. My brain. Oh, there goes Preacher after Spooky Duke. Spooky Duke! Ooh, look at that. Look, see? See what I mean? They figured out that I want Preacher to leave him alone. And so they're coming over and correcting him. Good girl, Duchess. Good girl, Dutchie. Good girl. Good girl. You taught him a lesson. Good girl. You're doing your job. You're doing your job. Good girl. Good girl. Yes, you're a good girl. Yes, you are. You're a good girl, Duchess. She's so smart. Good girl. Well, let's see if Nirvana thinks she's going to come over here. Oh, all right. Good. She didn't do anything. The reason why, somebody was wondering, the reason why Nirvana's back Tata is so big is because she had mastitis in it, and so it got bigger. But it's not hard. There's nothing wrong with it. So, Preacher has decided that he's gonna try to dominate her. Oh. See, this is what I always find so interesting, right? And this is how I know that dogs know when another dog is going to be an alpha, is because she allowed him to get on top of her and literally dominate her. And that's typically not something that they're going to allow, unless a dog is going to be that. Look at that structure. This video is so long already, but there's just been so much that I haven't felt like stopping, but I probably should. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Bye. Hey, spookies, goodbye, spookers. Bye. Oh.